Hi, my dear friends. Asma Namaste to all of you. Thank you very much for joining me for another session on the forgiveness, this time with the focus on the self-forgiveness. And I'm so happy to see your lovely names here, especially some of you. You've been very on time, and I'm so happy to be at your service. Before that, let me just check my headset and okay, so before we start the session, how many of you, if you like to share, just tell me that, or just you can raise your hand or something, just communicate it through the reaction with me. How many of you would love to heal yourself and forgive yourself? Okay, one, two, three. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Thank you so much for the honesty of yours, because the first step in realization of the self-forgiveness is to understand and to accept that you want to change something. Yeah, this is the very important step. Before we start the session today, I was asking myself, I hadn't prepared anything for this session, and I was just for 1 minute, I closed my eyes and I asked myself, what made you to forgive yourself? And how could you forgive yourself? Because I know that all of us, we are in the process of learning. So it makes us to do some mistakes. And sometimes the mistakes, they are not a very good mistakes. The effect of them or the side effect of them is quite huge. So it also happened to me few times for different things. Yeah, few times on different occasions. Then today when I closed my eyes and I just touched my heart and I asked myself, what made you to forgive yourself? The answer was, it just came very fast. Understanding and accepting that I wasn't aware of what I was doing. The lack of the awareness and acceptance of that. Sometimes the biggest power of the heart is when you just, whatever you have in your heart, you put it outside as if you are arranging them in front of yourself, and you doubt them to see which one is true. Sometimes we believe the things, we think that we know everything. That this is one of the biggest mistake of us, that it's better we say we do not know many things. And because we do not know, we may make mistakes. Yeah, that honesty with the heart is one of the most important things. And we need to develop that. We need to develop that power within our hearts, that we also accept our lacking. So when you accept that, I wasn't aware, I didn't have enough awareness or enough understanding for that, then the choices start to be different. Or let's say it like that. Let's say when you do not know, based on not knowing, you make some choices. And the result of the choices might not be a good result. But what happened that we make those choices? But this is a very valid question. What happened to me that I didn't make a right choice, and because of that, something happened, and because of that, I couldn't forgive myself. Usually, if I want to just make a list for you. I was thinking about the four main things, might be more, but four main things to me, it's like ego. Ego is the number one. And what is the ego? Ego is, okay, let me tell you the four of them, and then I will break down, I will tell you in details. One of them, ego. The other one, okay, not knowing enough, lack of the awareness. So then, karma. This is also a valid reason for the choices. And the fourth one, fear. Yeah, the fourth one, fear. Now I'm going to tell you about why I'm telling you that the ego may come forward and it influence our choices. What is the ego? So ego in the spiritual literatures has a specific meaning. I'm not going to go to that part, but ego, as what we all know about that, are the reactions, the way of thinking, the way of behavior, the way of feeling that we are receiving it through the family, through the society, through the religion, through the countries of us. And they are the one that sometimes instead of our real one, our real being, they are the one who start to react. I'm sure that it has happened to you. Sometimes someone tell you something, you just react to it. And even you don't know what you are saying. You just say it because it was practiced either in your family or in the country or in the school or in the society of yours. And after that, you also question yourself that why I said that. Even you yourself cannot believe it. You just extend it to the way of thinking, extend it to the way of feeling that sometimes we question ourselves that why I think like that, why I feel like that. Is it coming from the family of mine? Is it a pattern? Is it the society that teach me to um, react like this? Is it even like a movie that I watched before? And it's like the same thing is happening in my life, and I'm just reacting like the actor or actress in the movie. Or is it part of the religious belief of mine or any kind of belief of mine? This is called ego, that we do not pause, we just want to react to the things. And that reaction of us, because it's not a mindful reaction, it may cause the different wrong choices and the different wrong consequences. And you think that, okay, I did that mistake, I made that choice, and I cannot forgive myself. That this is about the ego of us. All the time, a conscious mind or a conscious soul have the question and doubt what they are thinking or what the way that they are feeling or the way that they are behaving. They pause for that, they analyze it, and then they make the choices. And those choices are the better choices. Definitely a better choices because it comes also with the mindful choice, the mindful ability of picking a reaction or a thought or the emotion. The other one, as I also told you, lack of the awareness. Lack of the awareness. We are not educated enough about the right choices and wrong choices. That we are not educated enough. And why I tell you that? Because our education system is about the very in a very robotic way. But what we are, when we are as a soul, or we have that spirit of us, when we have that essence of us, it's totally a different story. The choices, no one educate us and train us to say that do not make a choice out of anger. They didn't teach us how to not do that, or how to choose the stillness instead of the anger. So we have the lack of the education when it comes to our spirits, when it comes to our reality. We have the choices, okay, between this brand and that brand, ChatGPT, which one is the best? Then ChatGPT make the analysis and tell you, this is the one. But no one would tell us that between the right and, sorry, between the right and wrong, there is also another choice which can be done from the love aspect of us. Yeah, between the right and wrong, I also have the choice of choosing love. I don't think in any system of the education we see it like that. Or even if we have seen it, it's not fully taught to us. So this is also another thing. Then the wrong choice happened with the wrong consequences, then we are not able to forgive ourselves because of that. The third one, as I mentioned, the karma. The events of our life, which they come together in order to teach and in order to evolve our soul. So when it comes to that, those who are meditating, they have a chance to not make a very big mistake. They have a chance to prevent it. So meditation is kind of a preventive form or preventive action before making any choices that it lead us to the wrong consequence of that and the suffering. Okay? This is about that. So meditation is not taught to us the right way of the meditation. And the last one, sometimes we make the choices, and these choices, they are done based on the fear of us. Or in another word, lack of the faith. Lack of the faith. Our pillar number one, which mostly this pillar is not very strong pillar. So we make our choices based on the fear, the result of it also, what comes out of the fear. So you squeeze the fear, what comes out of that? Nothing good. Nothing precious. In the most pure way of that, the juice of the fear will come out. The essence of the fear. So when these four external things usually happen, and some of them also they are internal, but we experience them externally. Usually they make us to make the wrong choices, and the wrong choices, wrong consequences. And those wrong consequences, they become the result of them, become the suffering that we are going through. And then we decide to not forgive ourselves. Yeah, we decide to not forgive ourselves. And one thing also which we need to remember is that when we are talking about the self-forgiveness, we are talking about the past, that something has happened in the past, and now at the moment, at the present, I cannot forgive myself because of that. And then what happened? Because of that event, the connection of us to a very important part of our being, which is our heart chakra, and it is our divinity, that connection start to hurt. That is why the self-forgiveness is a very difficult thing to do. I remember one of the very lovely soul that I knew. He was an amazing person. And he left the physical body when he was young. And I remember the last time I was talking to him, he died out of the cancer. I talked to him. I said that you need to forgive. And he replied, I have forgiven all the people. The only person I cannot forgive is my own self. And very few days after that, he passed away. He passed away. I hope not in that state, but this was the last communication that we had to do. So there is a very important message behind the pain of us, behind the suffering of us. And that message, that pain, if we do not attend to that, they just become like a pain. A pain came, a pain went away. The pain finished. But what happened in between? Nothing. Nothing. And you will be, or all of us will be the same person. The same person before the thunder. The same person before any wrong event. That's why if you really want to forgive yourself and remember that events of the life is not just they happened once or twice, the different events going to happen. We are going to be tested again and again and again. Once might be related to your relationship, once might be related to your family, once might be related to your work, some once might be related to the just the different events of the life. So that feeling, it may happen. And if you learn how to forgive yourself, it's much easier for you to learn how to forgive others. But the first step is that to understand what caused the wrong choices, because then we can prevent. Sometimes we need to have the approach of preventing, not letting the things happen again. So that's what the few steps that we all need to follow is that when an event happened, when a mistake or something happened in the life of us that we cannot forgive ourselves, we cannot move on from that. The first step is to pause. The first step is to meditate and understand, analyze, what did I do wrong? What happened to me? Meditate on that. Analyze yourself. And then through the meditation, also you will realize that when you know the cause of that, okay, it came from my society. In my society, they behave like that. So then you make a choice. You are human. Next time that this happens, you know that this is coming from the society. Or sometimes we are playing our parents. You know that this is coming from a pattern of my parents. So then you will not repeat it again. Or it's better I say it like that. You make a choice to not repeat it again. I was talking to someone, then that person was saying that, these people, they are doing like that. The previous generation also, they did like that. And they are the people always like that. Okay, so nothing has learned in between. None of them pause to meditate that, okay, what I'm doing is not only harming myself, it is harming the other people. And there was a very interesting disease was going on among that family. And that was the heart disease. All of them. It's like the father was suffered from the heart ailment, the grandpa was suffered from the heart ailment, and this person was also suffering from the heart ailment. Means that no one in between, and all of them, they have the same pattern of behavior. So means that no one in between paused and wanted to reflect and change something, learn a lesson, and be the channel of the forgiveness, forgiving their own self and forgiving the other people. So when you do not pause, when you do not meditate, you also let another form of the energy like hatred to grow, like the resentment to grow. Sometimes to the other people, sometimes to your own self. Yeah, many people, they dislike their own self. It's not like the relationship of them between their own self and this picture of them is a very friendly relationship. They hate themselves. They do not even look into the mirror. And even if they look at the mirror, they cannot be their own self. They cannot be honest with the picture that they are seeing. So remember, first step is to pause and meditate, regardless of whatever you have done. Pause and meditate. See what is the lesson for that. What that event, what that mistake wanted to teach you. Because if you do not pause, you are going to lose a lot of things. You are not going to enjoy the moment of yourself. Because you keep recalling that event, and your life, instead of being here, your life is defined in the past. The second step, to understand that you are a being of becoming. Yeah, this is very simple sentence, but a very deep sentence. And it's just a long journey that we understand that we are not a finished being. We are always becoming. Okay? Or in another word, we are beings who are continuing evolving, not beings who are already fully formed. This is the beauty of the human. This is the beauty of being an energy being. Yeah, based on our learning, based on the events, based on the many things, we just become something else. And this is like can be the most beautiful things in the human system or human soul. But sometimes we are just not paying a right attention to that. Let's say you see someone who is so lovely, so amazing, something happened in their life, they totally change. They become cold. They cannot give love. They are like a stone. And what happened to them? They also become something, but not a good one. But if we have a choice, we have a choice to become a better me or better us. And we understand that this becoming, it's a journey, which we call it the soul journey. It's our life. It's the reason of us for being on the earth, to become. But what to become? We need to make a choice for that. We need to make a choice for that. So all the time, we need to be aware of it and understand that it is important. It is very much important for us that we understand this part of us and we let the journey to grow. It's not like there is a destination. It's like there is a starting point, our life, and we just go to the ending point of that. And in between, we learn nothing. We need to become a better person when we reach to the end. And we can do it. We can start it from the time that some not good event of the life happening to us. And that is our main power as a human, as a soul. That is our main power. And when you can understand that in a good way of it, that I can become better, I can become the divine. Yeah, in the most precious form of that, I can become a divine. So then you start to form a connection with yourself, that connection is the understanding what you really are, or seeing what you really are, that you are the being of light, you are the being of love, you are the God, and you are evolving. And because of that precious thing within you, you decide that next time I'm going to make the righter choice. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to let my heart to be clear. Doesn't matter if it is about another person, and it's not matter that if it is about me. It's about what we are holding. And when it comes to that point, it doesn't mean that, okay, let's say we do one mistake, then we say, okay, I forgive myself. This is amazing. You meditate, you forgive yourself. But you also need to make sure that the second time the same thing doesn't happen. Because if you let it to happen, say that, okay, I again forgive myself. Okay, forgive yourself. That's an amazing thing. But also you need to remember by all these mistakes, you are creating a consequence and you are creating a karma in this world. And then you are not sure if the other people are also going to forgive you. So that's why forgiveness, self-forgiveness need to come with the self-awareness, need to come with the meditation, need to come with the deep meditation and focusing on the right path and cultivating the heart. And why I keep telling you, you need to cultivate the heart, because the heart is an amazing guide of us. The essence of the heart. In order to know what is right, what is wrong, you only need to ask your heart and check it with the quality of the heart. Check with the quality of the heart. What is the quality of the heart? The quality of the heart is love, is compassion, is mercy. And then you can check your choices before you make any mistake to see that what is the essence of your action. Is it based on the love? Is it based on the mercy? Is it based on the kindness? Is it based on the compassion? If yes, then do it and trust. that the divine or the universe or whatever you have believed in that, or God, whatever you name it, doesn't matter, will support you. And there's no mistake by choosing the love. Some people might judge you. They say that, oh, you did like this, or you did like that, you are coward, you are like this, you are. But doesn't matter because you know your own worth, and your worth is your essence. And your essence, if it is love, if it is compassion, if it is kindness, if it's coming also from the self-love, then it's an amazing choice, regardless of what other people are telling you. Because other people also, they are influenced by the ego. They are influenced by the other thing. You open the news, it's all about the wars. And no one is talking about the peace in the right way of that. So now the language of the world nowadays is like this. The wars attacking this country, attacking that country, power, who has more ego, who can do better, who can kill more. So this is what we receive from the world. And if we do not have the awareness, we will also join them. And is it a right choice? No. But how to know that this is not the right choice is to check it. Is it based on the love? No. Is it based on kindness? No. Then whatever they are doing is not going to have the right results because their intention is totally a different intention. And the mango creates mango. Mango doesn't create strawberries. Whatever seed that you put, you will receive that. You plant it, you will receive that. So there is no blessing in the other things if they are not love. So you can follow your heart, you can have your compass based on your heart. And the same way that the compass always show the north and show you that this is the north, your heart also can tell you what is right. But you need to establish that connection to the heart. Yeah, that connection to the heart. That's how we reach to the third step. The third step after meditation, after understanding that we are a being of becoming, not the fully formed being, the third one is heal yourself. And why healing yourself? Because healing means that you are taking care of the spirit of you. Healing is like you are educating yourself to have the definition between the right or positive and negative thoughts, between the positive and negative emotions. When you heal yourself, you are educating your energy. And no one in the world is teaching you how to educate your energy unless they are the gurus that they are talking about the energy. They have their teachings like Master Choa Kotsui. The Master Choa has the teachings of the healing, has the teachings of the pranic healing. And many of us in this session, we have learned that. So it has responsibilities also, because then your awareness is higher and it starts to test you more. But you need to take that step also for your own self, because we need to educate our energy. Otherwise, this energy, you put it outside. All the people, they have their own perceptions. One may tell you you are beautiful, the other may tell you that you are ugly, the other may tell you you are smart, the other may tell you you are stupid. So how to not get affected by them is by healing yourself and feeling wholeness again, to educate your energy, to make your energy to be a bigger energy. Then the bigger energy doesn't influence by the other things in the world. So heal yourself, because what we are experiencing in this world is not like the human life. It's the life of a soul with the human body. The human body, not any part of it. I mean, you cannot find any part of it to say that this is the love part of you. Let's say I press here and I find love. No. Love, kindness, all of them, they are part of the energy. Same for resentment, same for the anger. When you heal yourself, you educate the energy of you to learn that, to be able to identify the wrong energy, the wrong choices, because you feel more aligned. What healing does is that it removes or it cleanses the energies which cause the wrong interpretation. So your translators of the thoughts and emotions start to change. That's how the healing can help you. Otherwise, we all are healer and we are not magician, but we get lots of amazing, amazing testimonials. And what is the reason of that? Because we just have the energy of that person to act as a real being, not the manipulated by the others' thoughts, others' emotions, or the events of the life. You feel yourself. That's why after most of the healing session, when I ask them, how do you feel? The feedback that I receive is like, it's as if I come back home, I feel it like that. And they are right. Because before that, their thoughts might be here, there, their emotions might be here, there. So they do not feel integrated and whole. And when we do the healing, we balance this energy flow. We remove what we do not want anymore, in the form of the sadness, in the form of the anger, in the form of the doubts. We remove them all. And then they start to experience their own being. They start to experience their heart. Their compasses start to show them, start to guide them. And that's how it starts to affect their life. The other thing is that, and one thing which it's also good to think about it. When you heal yourself, it's as if not only you come back home, it's as if also there is a dear one in your home that you can talk to, you can connect to, you can understand, you can love. And that person is your own self. And then when you when you reach to that point, you also understand that's another approach to the self-healing. That's, imagine a home, it's you, it's a roommate of you or homemate of you, and you are not talking to each other. And you are just passing each other, you give each other negative look. Or sometimes you stop and you are cursing each other. Will you feel harmony? Will you feel safety in that home? No. I don't think any of you feel it like that. But when you heal yourself, when you connect deeper to your own self, you also treat yourself as someone dear to you. You say, okay, I understand you. Okay, you made a mistake. Okay, what's the learning lesson for that? And then you two talk about it and you will finish it. And you will say that, okay, next time, remember, don't do it. Or sometimes you may ask, next time if the same thing happens, what are you going to do? Then you will answer yourself that next time when this happens, I'm going to choose this action. We call it inner reflection and self-resolution. So that connection only happens when you can first see this friend of you, means that your own self, you can have a nice connection, a happy, friendly connection, not a very much judging one. Judge, but not over judging. Criticize, but not over criticism. Also remember to have the kindness and to have the love to your own self. So the other thing, which I guess also it's helping a lot, is to, after you meditate, after you understand about yourself, after you heal yourself, you also decide to make it up to this one. To make it up and plant the right seed in order to heal yourself, in order to forgive yourself easier. Sometimes the love of us to ourselves is coming from the love of us to the other people. That when we are able to make someone happy, then you start to tell yourself that, okay, maybe I'm also a good person. I can also do something nice to this world. Then you start to love yourself more. It's easier to forgive yourself. It's much easier to forgive yourself because you are capable of doing a lot of things in this world. Later, we are going to do meditation to bless the entire earth, and it's you who are doing that. Have you ever imagined that one day you can be a channel of the love to all the beings on the earth? I myself, before I come to the pranic healing, I would never think about that I can do something like this. The biggest thing I could do, it was like, okay, maybe I help someone, or maybe I give food to someone. Maximum capacity, that one. And then I learned Twin Hearts meditation. Then I realized that, wow, I can be a channel of love, wow, to the entire earth. Then that concept itself was becoming and still is on the process of becoming. That's why all of us, we start the meditation, and as much as we grow more in that, or it's better I say it like that, we practice it more. Yeah, we practice it more. We educate ourselves more about this concept. Then the experience become deeper. And when the experience become deeper, your ability, your capacity of giving love and sharing the goodness with the other people become more. But remember, before all this love happen, it needs to pass through you. You need to become the channel of the love. Create that channel. And that channel, it's very obvious there are some blockages in that. Inability to forgive ourselves and other people. The other one, resentment. One of the most poisonous emotions. Resentment to ourselves and to the other people. And what I feel also, sometimes we underestimate ourselves. We think that we cannot make up anything in this life. And that one may stop us, that one may freeze us. But you need to know you can. You can do it. Every day you can choose the kindness and then give it to yourself by saying something good to yourself, by recognizing the God within you. And how do you communicate with the God? You go to temple with lots of respect, lots of reverence, lots of faith. And God is within you. You are treating it with like, I don't like you, I hate you. I cannot even look into your eyes or see you. So you need to recognize the divinity also within yourself. And with that motivation, it's easier for you to forgive yourself because you know that the divine is so forgiving. But it is forgiving when you learn the lesson of the karma. You learn the lesson and you confess it to your own self. I'm not telling you go to church and confess. Confess it to your own self. That's okay, this part, you did wrong. And then ask yourself, next time, if the same thing happen, what are you going to do? And this time decide based on your divinity. And then watch what you can do. The miracle that you can bring to this world. The same way that the God or whatever you name it, make the miracle. Then you also become the miracle maker. You also become part of this creation. You start to create the beautiful things in the world. You start to plant the seed of the love. Your intention start to purify for all the actions of yours. I was talking to one person a few days ago. I say that we were talking about the intention. Said that in my country, sweeping the street is not considered as a very high level job. So, and every day around 6 a.m., you see the people who are sweeping the streets. Many of them, they're still sleeping and sweeping. Some of them with a very neutral face. They just sweep. And I remember there was one person who was doing it. And whenever he was seeing any of the people of our street, he was saying, "Good morning." And he has a hat. He was removing the hat. He was saying, "Good morning." And he was giving us a lovely smile of him. And at that time, I was a teenager. And the summer was quite hot. And it's a tradition that sometimes the workers or those who are sweeping the streets, when they feel like they are thirsty or something, they may knock on the doors and they ask for the water or something. And that person, I remember, he knocked the door and said that, "Can I have some water?" and I saw that it's him. So I make the most lovely saffron drink for him with the honey, saffron, some lemon. I make it so beautiful in a pitcher and I passed it to him. And it was only because of his kindness. So he was also doing the same job as the other people, but his intention was to make the street of the people more beautiful and give them love and give them a beautiful good morning. And he was seeing himself as one of the first people that those neighborhood was seeing in the morning. And he was greeting them. And the neighborhood was giving also back to him. Much, much better. So our intention, when we choose the love, everything starts to find itself. But even when you choose the love to your own self, everything starts to fold out, and you start also to bring the people who are the same energy to you. And then their life become more beautiful. And then you will be awarded by that. So self-forgiveness is going to just award you by the more love and more peace and a more purposeful life. Now, this is about the self-forgiveness. So now I invite all of you to meditate on what makes you to not forgiving yourself and look at it from your soul aspect, approach it from that, look at it from the love aspect, and look at it from the divine aspect. In all the moments, the divine is present. So it's about all of us to see how we see the things, or if we care to see a little more or a little deeper. Yeah, I hope that we can do it. And before we start our meditation of the twin hearts, I just want you to just make a very simple connection to your own heart. Let all of us just pause and establish a connection to our heart. Okay, maybe you can place one hand or two hands on your heart. And the only thing I need you to do is to be present. Okay, to be present, to be real and honest with your own self. Just gently touch the center of your heart. Gently and slowly breathe in and breathe out. And let's just have a very honest communication with our heart. My dear heart, I see you here. I feel you here. And maybe for the first time, I'm trying to connect to you. Tiredness, pumping, eating, and I even forget to check on you. I feel you here, and thank you. And I'm so grateful to you because through you, I learned a lot of things. I learned love, I learned kindness, I learned to forgive, I learned to help other people. I learned some part of my life to follow you through the path. We had a long journey together. And sometimes I make you so tired by not being aware of your presence. I built walls around you. I didn't let you flow. I didn't let you feel. I didn't let you grow. And I just wanted to tell you that's how I appreciate your presence. Thank you for being my guide. Thank you for helping me to love you. Thank you for helping me to love me. And thank you for helping me to connect to my divinity, to my God, to my soul, to my higher self. Please help me to get rid of this tiredness, to get rid of this inability to forgive, and help me to forgive myself. And as I allow you to flow again smoothly, effortlessly, and like a water, I let the love to heal me. I let the love to be in my thoughts, to be in my words, to be in my emotion, and to be in my language. Because the love is the holy, the most holy essence of the creation. And I let you to create the better me, the better life. Take a deep breath and as you feel your heart, and as you feel the calmness, and as you feel the peace, if you can, just go slightly deeper and see the light of yours, which is light of the divine. See it as a small, shiny dots in the whole universe, in the whole divine, that is filled with the pinkish, goldish energy. And remind yourself that this is the light of the divine. This is the love of the divine. And I am the child of God. I am one with the God. I am one with the divine. I am one with all. And let that small, shiny particle, small, shiny energy being to become bigger, bigger, and bigger. And let it radiate in all the eight directions. And as it is shining, and as it's giving the love to the whole universe, to the whole divine, mentally, also tell yourself, I forgive you for all your mistakes. And I ask the divine to forgive me for all my mistakes. I am love. I am love. I am love. And the divine love is shining through me. Do not force any emotions. Just try to be present in that divinity part of you. And just feel the oneness with the divine, with the God, with the light, and with the love of God. Now gently and slowly, you can put your hands down. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your peace. And be ready to meditate. This time not as a physical body. This time as a being of the divine. As a being of the love.